or anything, if you need to find your way around the halls, just let me know. My name's Turlin Darkseeker, and I'm for hire. I'm the best guide here in the Seven-Pillared Halls.
How much you charge?
Oh, not much, about 10 gold. It's for a day's worth of guiding.
A day?
I promise to get you back safe.
Have you ever been to the Chamber of Eyes?
Oh, I've been there several times. Sometimes, a couple times sneaking around. I heard those damn BloodReavers are in there. That's why they've taken up residence there, and I just haven't been there in the last probably 6 months or so.
How far of a journey is it to the Chamber of Eyes?
Oh, not far, just a couple miles, but there's a couple twisty and dangerous caverns. There's quite a few of those gelatinous cubes that love to crawl the halls. And I can track those suckers pretty good, so I can avoid you and stay you out of danger. I can keep you and steer you out of that danger in there.
That sounds good to me. That's worth. What would you say your name was again, sir?
My name is Turlin Darkseeker, the best guide here in the whole Seven-Pillared Halls. And what is your name, Mr. Dwarf? Nice to meet you there.
Gimli Grimm.
Gimli Grimm.
Dwarf extraordinaire.
Well, fancy title. Where are you from? Are you from that there Hammerfest?
You bet your sweet bippy.
Holy cow. Are you that dwarf that keeps whacking it in my tool shed all back?
No, your daddy takes you back there, boy.
God damn it, Gimli. So if you need a guide, it's only 10 gold.
You say 10 a day?
10 a day, and I guarantee you safety, sir. I guarantee you safety.
Okay, your guarantee is, that means if your guarantee doesn't work, we don't have to pay you, right?
That or we'll die. One of the two.
Okay.
But I've never had a mishap. I've been here my whole life there, Gimli.
Sound like a winner to me.
I was born in this here pigeonhole here. I was born in this very pigeonhole by my mother. She gave birth to me here.
If
I'm
everybody
gonna run
agrees,
to Leopold and see if he wants to join in that venture.
if everybody agrees, I'll hire this little guy.
Oh, little guy, sir, I'm taller than you are, dwarf.
Well, you may be tall in stature.
Thanks, Strange.
But you're not Gimli Grimm, fighter extraordinaire.
I'm just a tracker. I'm not a fighter.
You gotta prove your steel, man. You gotta prove your steel.
I will charge you 10 gold, good dwarf, and I will show you the way, and we will mark the paths so you can get back. I myself, do you plan on going into the Chamber of Eyes, or do you just want to know its location?
That, sir, is up for us to know and for you to guide us.
Then I will guide you
understand,
to the
sir?
door, and I will guide you no further. That is the deal that I strike to you.
Well, what is the deal with the Chamber of Eyes? Why won't you go in there?
Because I live here, and I don't want any problems. And sometimes I run into these fellows in the halls, and sometimes it's a pleasant run-in, and sometimes it's a not-so-pleasant run-in. So I try to stand in neutral, in the neutral areas, if you know what I mean.
So the
That
only
sounds
concern,
wise to me.
so the only concern you have inside the chamber is the BloodReavers. There's nothing else about the Chamber of Eyes.
That's supposedly, yeah. That's supposedly that's where they're hiding these days. They were a lot deeper in the chambers, but they were. I think they were one time at the hold, but I think that they've gotten so big for everyone else that they've kind of gone on their own, and that's why they took the Chamber of Eyes.
What is the Chamber of Eyes before they took it? What
It's
purpose did it
an
serve?
it's an old Minotaur ceremonial chamber.
Okay.
Figures.
Oh, everything in the mountains are ancient Minotaur runes. Exactly, Katsu.
Well, seem we have a good guide, and
The best, sir, the best.
sir.
God
if
damn it, the
you-
best.
You don't have to go in the Chamber of Eyes. but will you be outside once we come back?
I will show you the path back. I will mark it for you. You will easily find your way back. That is what I guarantee you.
Thank you, sir.
You are
And
most welcome.
we may do business again.
I hope we will. After you see the way that I am a guide and how fast I am with my tracking skills here in the labyrinth, I'm sure we will do business again.
Karen, did you say that was a Minotaur ceremonial chamber?
It was. Baphomet.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Baphomet. Okay.
The old Minotaur god. Tacos. Novak
I'm wondering
champion. Nice.
if that has
Thanks for the
anything
follow,
to do with
Nova
the
champion. Appreciate
ceremonial
it.
Dagger that we just gave to that guy. Was that Kindle?
I hope we're not around our prospective guide while we're talking.
No, I'm just kind of thinking to myself and going to relay that information once.
So what are we going to be leaving, adventurers?
We're not sure yet, but we will call on you when we do.
I'm always here. Just stop by and I could be ready in just a couple minutes. Just have to throw on my guide stuff. Just need to grab my gear. No problem. Thank you. Can't wait to do some business with you. And he, finishes up. He's out front tanning a couple leather hides. And then he heads back into his pigeonhole.
Doesn't seem like a bad fellow.
Seems genuine.
Should have named him Hank Hill. God damn it, Bobby.
What do you think, Ren? Are you wanting to postpone? You want to look around some more?
I feel like the more that we know about this area, that we wouldn't have any surprises come up on us later.
Okay, that's fair enough.
And maybe if all entrances are blocked, we could probably, if we do ever come into trouble here, we could probably look for different escape routes.
Yeah, Leopold, as you're around Gendar's, you ask a couple patrons that come in and out, and everything seems legit. You see people going in and buying things like mining picks and saws and chisels and crowbars and a lot of mining equipment. It seems like he sells a lot.
Okay,
But
so
you see a couple of the what appear to be probably with a little bit higher status, and they go in and it looks like he's got some really nice things that are in the windows, and you can see that they're kind of window shopping, and they go in and purchase something, come out. So everything seems to be legit. Yeah.
you can stay up and up. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
We're at 16 now.
Okay, so here this has a sign out front, and this is Dreskin the Provisioner. Provisions inside. And you can see that there's a rotund little man working around inside of the shop. A lot of foodstuffs in here, a lot of fruits, a lot of vegetables, a lot of more exotic things like spiders and giant centipedes. And there's several Underdark races in there, like the Drow and the Duergar. They're scooping out what appears to be like scorpions and centipedes and putting them into small little boxes. Lots of herbs, foodstuffs.
Do you need any in your spell pouches?
Is there anything that I can get you today? G'day, is there anything that I can get you today?
Huh? I don't think so.
Oi!
I ask him if he has any. What was Voltron looking for? Dragon scales or
Voltron. I love it.
Voltron, yeah,
I love it.
looking for
Dragon skills. Oh, not the place for me. I'm just a provisioner of foodstuffs. and some quite exotics. And he points over towards his scorpions and, you know, snakes, baskets of dead snakes, some eels. The eels are quite fresh.
I have a question for you, kind gentleman.
Yes, kind dwarf. Oi, oi.
That door to the north, the one with the door that says "Keep Out." What lives in there?
Oh, you're talking about the Shining Road. Oi, that place is dangerous.
What kind
Crazy.
Of creature goes? What kind of creature lives in there?
There's all kinds of creatures. Minotaurs and these oozes and slimes and all kinds of creatures of the dark.
Well, it said something, those who crawl. Who would that be?
You talking about the god? That's the god that crawls? I believe it was Torog.
And Torok is what?
I don't know what Torok is. All I remember is everyone speaking about it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for the information.
But please close the door if you go through it.
Don't worry, I won't. I won't even get in there.
No, there's a fine.
Just curious, that's all. Just curious.
It's some crazy god of the underdog.
Thank you, sir.
would know
You
it,
have a
seeing
good
that. He said, "Please take a sample with you," and he hands you like the tail of an eel. Try it. Maybe you'll come back and buy some. But you know, you being with the Raven Queen, Ren, you definitely know that. You know, especially with your check, you know that the Raven Queen has actually done business with Torog before on
that's
past
right.
occasions.
Correct, but only for the spirits of the dead, and that's it.
Yep. Very good. I like it.
I know my history, or my religion.
I like it.
history.
I like it.
Oh, we got some more of these crawl holes, pigeon holes.
Only the freshest. Yeah, those are. Yeah, let's see. What is that right there? Yeah, this is. Let's see. This is the Grimmerzol trading post. Let me give you the map for the Glimmerzol trading post. I actually have a map for this because this place is pretty big. Oh, giant gnome!
Run for your life! It's bigger than a normal gnome.
I can't believe I didn't put your tokens on here. Ugh, what a slacking DM. Oh my god.
Tisk.
Oh, like last week when it was your first time DMing. Yeah.
It seems like every week is my first week now. All these mistakes.
Oh, hey Dave, to be fair and all that stuff, I'm not with them. I'm probably still standing in front of that place.
Well, sounds like a wiener to me. So as you guys walk into the Grimmerzol trading post, I have a handout for you also, which let me give you this handout. As you walk into this establishment, several dwarves greet you. Several Duergar dwarves, as a matter of fact. And the Grimmerzol trading post is enclosed by a rampart. And the outside appears to look like a fortress. Literally appears to look like a fortress. And as you open up the door, there are several what appear to be guards or something that are greeting you at the door. And what are you here for? What can the Glimmerzol trading post do for you?
Do business.
Thanks for the follow,
Never
Fresh.
met you.
Thank you.
I look around at their goods.
So you can see that around this establishment, you can see lots of ores, gemstones, fine bottles of liquor, some poisons, and other alchemical reagents, probably from the Underdark.
Okay, I'm buying.
And you know they're asking you, if you need something, we can fetch a Kedhira.
Hera? Okay.
Kedhira, yes, and Kedhira
Kedhira.
is Kedhira. Kedhira is she is the one who runs this establishment here at the Grimmerzol Trading Post. Beautiful
looking at
white
some of
marble
that.
floor, couple doors. All of the doors say off limits except for the door that you came in.
And I'm giving back the same glare to those two as they're giving to me.
Well, they're giving everybody the glare. Is there something that we can find for you, maybe? Sell you some
How
of
much
these
is that
precious
store?
ores?
Yeah. Yeah, I could make something out of that stuff. Some ores and some those precious metals, yeah. How much are those?
Depends on what you want. What do you want, Gnome?
Some of that ore there.
There's all kinds of ores. There's silver ores, there's
The black?
iron, there's copper, there's all kinds. Steel. Iron? Sure. What kind of iron ore do you want? They're in like 20-pound bars, 20-pound blocks.
120 pound.
Sure. It'll be a gold.
Okay. And some of those, would you say precious gems?
Yep. Basically, it's a 1-for-1. It'll basically be a 1 for 1.5 exchange. So if you want 10 gold worth of gems, it'll cost you 15, basically.
Oh, okay. Well,
But they have all different types of gems. Rubies, emeralds, sapphires, amethysts. They're all from the Underdark. They're all mined. Yeah, we trade with all the other companies here.
I'll take another block of metal ore.
All right, that's 40 pounds. Getting heavy.
Yeah.
Lugging around. Huh?
Could I get half of that?
I'm not gonna try to cut it. He just kind of
Right,
chuckles.
I'll just stick with the one. I can't carry all this stuff. It'll be too heavy of it.
Now make up your mind, Gnome. You either want 1 or you want 2.
Just the one.
Okay,
Oh,
one.
are you sure you can carry
One
all
gold.
those?
No, just the one. I'm only using one ore, the iron.
Just
Yeah,
1 gold
I'll-
then.
Yes.
Do you guys sell armor?
We really don't. We just deal with more exotic things, but armors, nah, we don't deal with that. We sell to the smithies and the other stores. We don't deal with that though. I mean, sometimes we'll get some type of enchanted suit of armor, and then we may, throw a mannequin up with that on there. But for the most part, no, we don't deal in armors.
How do you feel about the BloodReavers?
What about them?
You do business with them?
Did you? Do we do? The doer are kind of look at each other and says, "We don't know who the BloodReavers are. We don't know what you're asking about. We don't know what you're talking about."
Insight
Bullshit.
check.
Okay.
The BloodReavers, I've heard them a couple times, but other than that, who are they? Can you tell us who they are?
No, we just heard that they cause trouble here in town every once in a while, and
They're not. Are they here now, or I mean, are they? What are they?
I don't think so.
I've never heard of them. The other one, they look towards each other. You ever heard of them? No, I never heard of them.
Fair enough.
And I'm smirking.
Can I do an insight? I did an insight check on if they know the BloodReavers or not.
Okay.
And I got a 17.
Anything else for you? We're
How much
fixing
is that
we're
whiskey?
fixing to go on lunch. We're fixing to close the store up. It's getting towards the lunchtime.
Oh, it's that late already. We should probably get going, fellas. Friends, let's go.
Sure.
If you need any more of that ore, you come back. What's your names?
Mr. Thumb.
Mr. Thumbs. Nice to meet you there, Mr. Thumbs. Enjoy that big old block of iron you got there.
Have
I
a good
will.
day.
Same to you. And then they put the out to lunch sign as you guys leave the Grimmersall trading post.
You know, I think that was pretty stupid. They're obviously Drugar, and Drugar work with BloodReavers. Why'd you open your mouth, man? They're gonna go back to the boss and say somebody's asking questions, and we're gonna have somebody on our case. Now we have to fight.
Good point. Well, from what I can tell, it seems like they may know a little bit more than they let on to be. So.
Oh, I could tell just by looking at them.
Suspect.
Drugar.
Yeah, it was a good insight check. I was actually looking for a DC 15, so that was a good check.
Huzzah!
I didn't need no inside check. I know Drugar.
Give your instincts may be correct at most, in one of the best times. Well, it's almost lunch, they said, so should we head over to the inn and grab something to eat, or do you guys want to go off on and about to do your own thing?
I'll give you a couple more locations really quick. This down here, this other exit. This has a sign that says the Road of Shadows, and the passage is 10 feet wide, and about it's like a 10-foot wide door, 12-foot high, and it says this way to the Horned Hole. And then it says P.S. Although it is a dangerous way, and the road isn't fully marked anymore because of all of the cave-ins. So, travelers beware. Okay, so as you over here, and that's this doorway here is where I was just talking about. Now, this establishment here, has a like a sign out front, an old sign that's kind of got a tube. It's it's hanging on hooks, but one of the hooks is broken. It's kind of dangling there. There's like a nice draft coming in from all of the other small holes and caves at the top of the the natural cavern here in the 7 pillar holes. And this is called Rothar's Tap Room. And there is a heap of reused rubble and crudely cut timbers all around this alehouse. And this is the finest alehouse in the 7 pillared holes. But the establishment itself isn't too pretty. This definitely isn't in. This definitely is not the Half Moon Inn. That's for sure.
I don't think Gimli's too particular where he gets his ale sometimes.
Yeah, over back this way. These are the bridges. They're basically 10 foot wide, keeping you dry. Now to the bottom south, where the area where the water is, that is a waterfall. So as you're kind of walking by the waterfall, it has a pretty good amount of steam. It's actually a pretty vigorous waterfall. And let's see, the water is cascading from an opening in the very southern portion of the rock on the wall. And the gap allows basically that, like I was saying, that misty rain and very cold water. It's actually a fresh pool. Definitely looks like you could fill your water skins up with this very cool drinking water. Now, the other side, the opposite side of it, this is called the chute. And this is where the water flows from the waterfall, and all of this water flows into a large hole in the northern wall of the 7-pillared hall. And the chute ceiling immediately lowers to the water level as the water just kind of disappears into the wall. I think that's just about everything. Oh, these are really nice living quarters, probably more upper class or, with a higher social status here within the 7-pillared halls. And let's see, I think that's about it. And
Do we see
except
what
for
9 was?
yeah, that is also another road. This number 7 here. This is House Azer. And this is a merchant company. And also, you remember seeing House Azer in Fallcrest. So it seems like this is probably another branch of their business. Now, down here at number 9 is another road. There's a sign that calls the Deep Stairs, and this runs south. And then there's a sign that says, this passage leads to the stairway that descends about 100 feet before disappearing into nothing. This leads to the Underdark. And then up on the ridge,
Dave?
those are all pigeonholes up front. Well, up top here. Let's see. Number 4, that is up there. Very good. That is, as you're kind of walking by, this is Bursk the Wainwright. And this is basically where a handful of human merchants from the Nenter Vale, as well as dwarves, is Hammerfast. And this is basically where their wagons are, and it's basically where they do work, basically. Basically a wagon shop.
You guys see any of the dwarves that I seen at the fort before we left?
No, you don't. Nope.
Okay, there's just a couple more locations to the north of us. After that, I think we should go over and get something to eat over at the inn.
All right. I think you've already been to number 5. That is the Temple of Hidden Light, and that was on the Heed the Call of the Gods. Do you feel there's something more to life? Then visit us at the Temple of Hidden Light. We have holy services, counseling, and also healing rituals for the wounded.
Number 3.
This is the Deep Gem Company. They also had an advertisement on the board. No, they did. The Deep Gem Mine Company. And then there are 2 large stone dwarf statues with stern faces adorning the facade of this beautifully, expertly carved place. This dwarven craftsmanship, Gim.
I can see that.
Then it has a sign outside that says, "We buy gold, silver, mithril, and gemstones. We pay the toppest. We pay the top value here in the 7-pillared halls. Apply within."
And finally, the last 2.
And what are the last 2? The first one was the Road of Lanterns, where you guys traveled through the great entrance. And then number 2 is the Custom House, where Leopoldkain had basically signed in and paid his 30 gold tax. And that is where the Mages of Sarum are. And there's also a guard checkpoint also that basically is checking people in as they are coming into the 7-pillared hall.
Well, let's see. Leopoldkain should still be over at the location we were at. Why don't you guys go on over to the inn? I'm going to go over and get Leopold.
Okay. Dave, is there any
Yeah.
type of